What's up, everybody? Fuse here with another very Shadow Legends video, and this one is almost all news. So now we know that Thursday, just a couple of days, we're gonna have the new Fragment summoning event. I'm excited because I know that if you really push it, almost everybody can do this. We've talked about it. Save all your shards. It looks like the stars are going to align. By the way, I love it the way they're starting to make this happen. During this event, I'm willing to bet that when they actually require you to do a summoning event, I think that's going to be during the 2x event for Ancient Shards. So that's why I've been telling you, hold those shards for the 2x event. But everything's lining up for this to be your chance to pull legendaries or great epics while you're trying to earn those fragments in the summoning event. Also keep in mind, if you're really early, if you just aren't sure if you're going to be able to do it, even though I still think you can do it if you try, don't stress over it. The day that this launches, the new character will also be in the pool of legendaries. You could pull this guy with a blue shard, but you want the guaranteed legendary, right? It'd be great if you could pull Draco and get this new guy. That'd be 2 legendaries, 3. How far can we go, right? Another thing to consider. I told you I'm not big on shard packs. I love chickens. Have you figured out I love chickens? I love chickens, right? But if ever you were going to look at shard packs, the best deals always come out during these 2x events and right before them. You'll probably start seeing them creeping in right around this time. There could be something out there right now for all I know. But they start sneaking in these deals. Holy moly, you know Fuse is looking at this one. Alright, so chickens for days with legendary books, with epic tomes, brews to help you once you use those chickens, run up to 60. A lot like that pack we looked at the other day for $50, I believe, only this time you get the books that they tried to sell you for $60 the other day. This deal is tasty like chicken, right? That's a solid deal right there. I'm just throwing that out there. My eyes are lighting up. We'll see what I do with that. But they're gonna probably start throwing out chickens. Boy, they must be listening. Well, chickens. They're gonna start throwing out some shard packs soon, though. Ancient shard packs in particular. How much you want to spend is up to you, but just kind of do your own math on what you're getting in there. You're looking for shards. You're looking for shards at good prices. If it comes with some extras, that's wonderful. But if you're ever gonna really go in on shards, you want to do it while they're giving you these sweet deals during the 2x event. Chances to pull legendaries, chances to pull epics while you're earning a legendary. This is it. This is that moment where everything lines up and just makes this is when you get excited. I know you get some shards, it's always exciting. You're ready to pull those suckers. Come on, man. Who knows what you're gonna get, but your odds, we've talked about this, 1 in 200. This is when your odds are at their best. You're earning rewards just for pulling those shards. You're more likely to get great heroes. There's a whole. We're gonna go over the new heroes in just a second. I'm gonna show you their kits, and from what I've seen so far, they're all amazing. Like this setup. It's a pretty big patch here. But just if you want to make this happen, saving up silver. I upped a little bit on this account, but I haven't even gone through and done my spider selling. I mean, I'm probably sitting on another 20 million if I just go and clean up my stuff, my gear. We went over that in the last video. Green shards, be hoarding those things. They're going to be what push you over the edge. When they do the summoning type events, What they'll do is they'll offer 5 shards towards the new hero. You've got to get 100 to create them. They'll offer 5 shards, really easy to get. Pop a few ancient shards, you're there. And then there'll probably be like 10 more shards a little further down in that event that are probably doable if you've been saving up your shards. And then they're going to offer like probably 15 more further down the line, and they're usually way down the line. Like we're talking about a difference between 2,000 points and 7,000 points. That's not easy to do. If you're not buying up packs with shards, don't expect. I'd hate to see you start. There could be 2 summoning events, so I would hate for you to be. Sorry, I had a quick emergency there, but like I was saying, I'd hate for you to hit that mark where you get 10 of your actual fragments and then keep pulling shards but not ever reach that next goal, when you could wait for the next time they do a summon event and then try to get your fragments again up to 10. It's, you know, just think it through. Think how many points it looks like you're going to be able to get. Don't just go all in. Now, that being said, if it looks like you could get, this is where you might break some of my rules. If you think you can hit those 15 shards or whatever, we'll have to see what it ends up being, but that's about how it turns out. It looks like you can make it to that 6,000, 7,000 mark they're trying to get you to. That's when you might, out of place, pull some of your sacred shards, some of your void shards. It's, you know, it's a call you have to make, but the quicker you get shards, the less you have to stress about if you miss an event. You're not going to have to complete every single event and get every single piece of shards of this hero that they offer to get him, but you're going to have to do most of them. So that is going to be one of the rare times where buying shard packs makes sense to me during one of these events. I still say only buy the good ones. Look for value, and how much you want to spend is 100% up to how much you're willing to spend, able to spend. And I'm talking so much about doing all these things. It's a good time to remind everybody that this game, one of the reasons I love this game is it's stress free. You don't have to do any of these things I'm saying. These things will make your playing experience more enjoyable, in my opinion. They'll definitely help you progress. But if this seems out of reach for you, if you really think it's out of reach, hey, this game doesn't stress you out. If you miss 4 days and you come back and log in, you're still right where you were on your login rewards. You're not hurting anybody else. You're not holding people back. I've played some games. I had a great group. Played another game for years. And the group is what kept me there. I love the people. Really had a lot of fun. But the game, man, first of all, the RNG was in control of that game. In this game, I'm showing you that you're in control of this. You can beat what you need to beat. You just got to know how to do it. You got to know how to compose your teams, how to watch your aura's affinity, how to set it up, what kits are good, what heroes do what. These other games, they had certain times you had to do certain things, and it felt like a job. You don't want a game to feel like a job, and this game does not feel like a job. So don't let it stress you out. If you didn't get this hero, for example, that's alright. Make War Maiden. She's free. Go farm her up. She's great. Maybe we'll do a guide on her first, since she's so easy to get. But, you're going to be okay if you don't make it through it. You may pull this guy on your 3rd shard and be like, done with this event. I don't need the fragments. Maybe you'll get him on the 3rd shard and be like, I'm getting 2 of these dudes, right? Why not? This guy, we're fixing to go over him. Amazing. But I just want to real quick let everybody know, don't ever stress over this game. I'm just helping anybody that's trying to do any of these things I talk about. I'm trying to help you out. I enjoy it. It's a long grind. This game is meant to be played for years, and it looks like at the rate that they're coming out with content, it's going to last for years. I mean, without a doubt. So, since this whole thing is almost a bit of news, with this patch, we're also getting increased storage for, that's Thursday, finally, getting increased storage for our artifacts. I went to that. See, that's how bad it is. I think my inventory is my storage for artifacts because they all go into my inventory. I'm always full. What they're gonna do in your artifacts here, if I can click it, you can hold 700 artifacts, and I mean, you run some dragons, you're at 700. You know, I just sold some stuff, so they're gonna give us 1,000. You should be able to log in. I don't know if that Thursday with Plarium, does that mean Wednesday evening or does that mean Thursday evening? That I don't know. I got a feeling it'll be Thursday evening when the reset happens, US Central Time anyway. But anyways, you're gonna log in and you're gonna have 300 more slots. I think that's 1,000 slots is about what I expected. It's not bad. It's not bad. With the new sets that they've given us and all, you'll be able to start storing up any of them that you think are good, like obviously speed, high value, high. You'll be able to start doing this in some of these slots where you're not able to right now. So we've needed this, and it's going to help out a lot. I would still suggest it's going to end up the same. You're going to fill it up if you don't cleanse gear. And I will do a more thorough video on cleansing regular gear soon, because there are a lot of tips, tricks, and there's some points where it's hard. You got to learn to break away from 4-star, break away from 5-star. I'm struggling with it myself right now. I feel your pain, but we're gonna go through it together. So we'll go over that. Also, your hero storage. You can hold, I believe the max is 200. I'm pretty sure it's 200, and they're gonna go up by 100. It's going to get us to the point you could just about have one of every character in this game, including your vault if it was maxed out. One thing to remember is I don't think we're going to log in and you see I can hold 150 right now. I don't think it's going to just jump to 250. It might, but what they'll probably do is when you get to the bottom here of all your heroes, if I get out of there, if you want to hold more heroes, you've got to buy that space, right? Everything costs silver. So wherever, here's my max. If I want more, I can spend 3.5 million silver or 160 gems, and I can open 10 slots. It's probably going to continue that way, but at least you can get to 300 instead of 200 now, and that's pretty good. And it's going to be the same, I believe, in the vault. So you can hold more characters in your vault, hold more characters in your arsenal. At least you have the chance to keep all these characters, and because one day you're going to want to build almost all of them, even the rares. There's uncommons that are amazing in this game. You could take any character and just, if you max them out and do all the things that I always talk about, take them to the top, they're all useful. Not all kits are created equal. We're staring at Arbiter. There's the proof right there. Right? But you know, if you made a mistake and took somebody to 60, they're gonna have a use. You could put interesting gear on them and use them somewhere where you would never even think about using them. You don't have a provoke character, put provoke gear on them. Maybe that, you know, help you control waves. You can throw stun gear on them. Turn them into a stunner if they have an AoE. There's a lot of cool things you can do. So there's no such thing as a horrible character, sort of. But you know, having the ability to at least collect all the heroes at this point. I hope that we get more in the future, and hopefully they're just kind of like doing this in increments. I think this all really comes down, the way I've read it, it comes down to their server size. So you know, they can keep increasing that, giving us the ability to store more. All this is stored in their servers, so I kind of see I see where they're in a pinch trying to get this to happen. They have to spend their money too, but let's get real, they have plenty of money. How do I know? This is how I know. They got plenty of money. Look at all. They got money. But they're doing it. They're doing it, so I'm not going to complain, not for 1 second. Let's get to the real show here. It has nothing to do with this. What we really want to be looking at, heroes. Alright, so Valkyrie has given us the sneak peek preview at all these new heroes. One of these will be our Fragment. I'll show you who. Our Fragment Fusion event hero. That's the one that you can get just by doing your events. That's it. Tournaments and events, you get the hero if you can beat them. The rest of these are just going to be all of a sudden in the shard pool, and you can yank them up if you get lucky enough to pull them. So we've got it's a lot. I don't know if we want to sit here and read every kit, but here's another legendary orc gonna be out. It looks like the orcs are getting a pretty good boost this month. Let's try to speed through this, but let's see what they look like. We've got attacks one enemy twice, maybe Fire Knight Bible, who knows. 35% chance to land a stun for A1. This is pretty solid already. A chance to increase 50% if the target's turn meter is equal to or below 50%. The chance increases to 50%. Okay, so a pretty good chance to stun. That's for a A1. That's good. That makes me think of Miscreated Monster a little bit. So what do we got here? Attacks one enemy 4 times. Okay, he's red affinity. I'm telling you now, this guy's going to be good on Fire Knights. He's going to be able to break that shield down. I mean, if he goes twice right there, that's 6 moves. Each critical hit has a 50% chance of decreasing the cooldown of War Maker, which will be the next move. It's always cool when you can have a chance of making the cooldown drop on one of his special moves. This one is an AoE. It ignores defense. 20% of defense is good. Do a lot more damage. It will ignore 5% more defense for each buff on the target. So this is cool, possibly even in arena. You know he's going to be good in faction crypts. He's a legendary. So he also has a passive. What's this? Champions increase his speed by 6 and his crit damage by 7% for each enemy that he kills in a round. It's pretty good. It's a passive. You don't have to do anything. It just kind of adds up. Stacks up to 30% and 35% respectively. Now that's, if he's killing it, I mean, think about him doing that AoE in spiders and his speed getting up by 30%, his crit damage going up by 35%. Or if he's getting the kills on the waves, he's an attack champion. He's very likely going to be getting those kills on Fire Knights. If he's killing the waves, by the time he gets to the Fire Knight, this guy is going to be moving fast, which gets those hits off, takes that shield down. He's definitely a good character. So here we go, Lizardman. We need good Lizardmen, right? Legendary. So fingers crossed. I actually need me a legendary Lizardman other than Rosin. What do we got? Attacks one enemy, 50% chance of filling his turn meter by 10%. Also has a 50% chance of placing Perfect Veil on himself. As long as it's critical, which it will be, because that's how you're going to build him. I like that. That's an A1. He increases his own turn meter by 10%. Turn meter is basically a part of the whole speed meta. If your turn meter increases, your next turn's coming faster. So you gotta love turn meter. That's another video yet again. What else does this guy do? That's just an A1. He attacks one enemy, it fills his turn meter by 50%. That's huge. 75% chance it books to 100. 100% chance to stun a target by 1 turn as long as he's under a veil. We see that he can put himself under a veil on his A1. So that'll happen. He'll be able to guarantee a stun for a lot of his turns. And he moves fast. All this turn meter increase is going to keep him rotating around through his abilities. He has a 75% chance of placing a sleep debuff if he's not under a perfect veil, so he still has utility if he's not under a veil. That's good. Stun is better, but sleep will take somebody out as long as you don't hit him. And then he places a perfect veil on himself after attacking without a veil. So if you have to put the sleep on, you didn't have a veil, when he's done, he puts the veil on. This is looking good so far. He's an attack champion. What we got? While under a veil or a perfect veil, attacks all enemies, has 100% chance of placing decreased defense and weaken, the strong version of both. Sounds a lot like rosin. It's interesting. Decreases the cooldown of jungle ambush, which was his A2. This guy, being an attack champion, especially, so you're not gonna, if you actually put him in an unkillable team, possibly could take place of rosin. Sometimes it's hard to speed tune a character that buffs his own turn meter though, so this is an interesting guy. And then a passive again, places block debuffs and a 25% strengthen buff. Best buff in the game, by the way. That just flat out 25% of all damage you don't take. That's what that strengthen buff does. So he does that to himself for a turn. Continuous heal when he's man, this guy, he does all that whenever he receives a veil or a perfect veil, and he's doing that on every move. He's got it. Man, I like this guy. Roxon, I want that guy. Here's the big show right here. Here's the guy you're going for, and he is solid as a rock. Iron Brago. Come on, Brago, what you got? A1. 30% chance when booked of decreasing the duration of all buffs by one turn. That's cool, man. Somebody's got increased shield, unkillable. He hits them. He has a 30% chance of just decreasing that by one turn, which means it's gone. That's a solid A1. Then places a 60% increased defense on all allies for 3 turns. You don't see this very often, if at all. I'd have to start digging through my list of heroes. 3 turns of increased defense. He's a defense champion. Man, I'm starting to wonder. There's a lot of spots he's going to be good in. On top of that same move, he has a 100% chance when booked of placing a stun. That's just going to happen. For 1 turn, and a 100% chance of placing a stun for 2 turns if the target is under 2 or more buffs. Arena, Faction Wars, he's going to be locking people up for 2 rounds. You can hit him and ignore him. Just move on, kill somebody, take one of those Valkyries, lock them out, move on to the next guy, come back to her when this comes back around, lock her out. This guy, man, he then, we're only halfway through. Attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of a provoke. That's on the whole team. So now he's also a crowd control character. Also, not enough. Come on, keep it coming, right? 50% decrease attack debuff on all enemies for 2 turns if Iron Brago is under increased defense, which he will be, because he does it for 3 turns. This guy, not done yet. Bestows strength, increases the defense of all allies. This is a passive, just at all times. Increases the defense of all allies by 10% of his defense. And he's a defense character. So yeah. You talk about an absolute carry for faction crypts, Doom Tower. That dragon in Doom Tower, provoking him is huge. This guy can provoke and just protect your team from anything. Like, he's worth going for, guys. He looks better than the last 3 or 4 we've had. Ever since I can't even remember the last time there was one this good. Definitely worth going for. And I'm not going to sit here, you could stop and read some of these, but we've got another dwarf that does revive. Very much needed in faction crypts. She places up shields, continuous heals. She does a little bit of a cleanse on A1. This is absolutely needed if you're trying to push faction crypts. So bravo for bringing us a dwarf that can do some work. Milga still girdle. Alright, so Chancellor Yasmin, she's a Bannerlord support, probably something that could be used. She does some healing, some pretty like solid healing, kind of like apothecary type healing, it looks like. Chance of removing buffs, a little bit of sleep, you know, somebody that can help you do work if you're struggling there. The undead, I can't believe they're gonna give us more undead right now. I mean, the whole page is just full of undead characters. But let's see what we got. He's an HP champion, that's good. Attacks all enemies. He's got provoke, and he decreases his attack while he does it. So when he forces them to bring that attack on, they're doing less damage. He's an HP champion, lots of value there. I see the word leech. Let's see. Whenever a champion is attacked, heals all allies by 50%. Whenever this champion is attacked and he's provoking, he heals all allies by 50% of the damage taken. He's a little bit like that guy they released not long ago. Borgoth or something. Another HP champion. He heals as he takes damage and he provokes to make people hit him. When he's attacked, he places a leech debuff on the attacker. This guy could he could fit in on some bosses. Leech basically in this game at this point can replace your lifesteal gear, like on clan boss. That's why you see Grush coming into all these clan boss teams. Once Grush is in there, he hits the boss, puts a leech on. You can change your gear out of lifesteal, and you can rely on that leech to heal everybody up. That's pretty good stuff. I didn't mean to take so long on each one, but they're looking good. They're looking solid. We've got a barbarian attack champion, got a stun, decreased defense, steals turn meter. That's good if they're under decreased defense. Decreases turn meter of all allies, of all enemies. My bad. I was gonna say what? Chance to placing a stun for one turn. Enemies who have turn meter depleted. I mean, turn meter control has always been, always will be in the meta. Always. So we've got a Void champion. Gonna be trickier to get. Bannerlord support. Support's good. That's 2 already in Bannerlords. I see some turn meter. Attacks all enemies. Decrease attack. Increase attack. And revive. Yeah, okay, so she's gonna be really solid. Really, really solid. Better than the other one, dare I say, because she brings that revive. She's increasing your attack, decreasing their attack. The Bannerlords have a lot of people that need their attack boosted. This is pretty solid right here. Anax. What we got? Another undead. Man, there's so many undeads, but hey, the more the merrier, right? He's an attack. Decreased defense on his A1 with 2 hits. This guy, he could make his way into clan boss if you haven't got rousing. You want that decreased defense from somebody. You want weaken. That lizard man up there could possibly do it too. What else has he got? Decreases accuracy. This is something I love, man. You go up against spiders and them spiderlings. If you can put a decrease, this is attacks one enemy. Also poisons. Clan boss is starting to sound like his spot. A poison, decreased defense. The accuracy is not going to play too much of a role there, but he also look, he's got weaken too. This guy might be your answer if you don't have rosin yet. There's a lot. Man, these guys are looking for real. An attack barbarian. He can decrease defense on his A1. He's got an HP burn, which is good on the Frost Spider in Doom Tower. Somebody that can land that. Increased rate, increased damage. Man, I mean, these guys. Yeah, this dude. He looks like he's got something to say. We got a lot of new orcs. That's cool. They could use it. Dwarves and orcs. Lizardmen. They all need more. Decreased accuracy, attacks all enemies with a decreased attack. Chance of decreased defense. Again, man, these guys, they're trying to get your shards. Come, what they're doing here, they're trying to get your shards. That's what's happening here. And you know what? They're gonna get my shards because these guys, I haven't been this excited in a while. This is a lot going on here. Look at all these guys. We're not even gonna be able to go through them. There's so many. Look at all this. They talk a little about the expansion, the daily login reward expansion. That's for if you've been playing so long that you've collected all of the heroes they give you. You know, you get Seal of the Drakes at 180. You end up making your way to physics, I believe. I'm not quite there yet. And then it's done. No more daily login rewards. Well, they're going to give you daily login rewards that just kind of rotate every month, and it's going to include things like 5-star chickens. Come on, can I get a what? It's got things like books, you know, kind of like your basic deal with some better rewards, since they're not going to be giving you heroes after that point. So that's also some good news, man. Plarium, they're hooking us up, right? I mean, sometimes we feel like they forget about us, and then they come in and just wham, man, they're hitting this year hard, and it's halfway through the first month. We're gonna leave it at that. Just pretty much an update on what's coming this week. They dropped this on us like a bomb. I started telling you, yep, it's coming. I done heard through the grapevine we're gonna have a Fragment of Fusion, and I'm like, well, it could be next month. Could be. Man, they threw this at us like a wham, just a attack, take that. Shell shock. Hey, let's enjoy it. This new guy, we're getting him. But back to, before we get out of here, I do want to remind you that one of the beautiful things about this game is so many of us enjoy these games. We're busy. We got a lot going on. I mean, a lot going on. It's a stress-free game. Don't ever get stressed over all this stuff, but take advantage of what you can. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. You saw what's coming. I hope you're as excited as me, because it doesn't look like they're letting us down this time. We got some solid champions. So, guys, do the work. Start saving up. I wish you all luck. Maybe I'll show some of my shard pools if I get lucky. Maybe I'll show them. I'll go ahead and record them. We'll see what happens. But yeah, sounds like this weekend, and this event lasts usually about 2 weeks. It's not like this is all happening in one day. So again, like everything else, patience, plan everything out. I will show you over here in this little news ticker. They'll show you, and I'll go over it with you, how this is going to play out, when the events happen, so you don't have to. You can see when you can pick and choose your events, what you're going to need the next couple of days to do the next event. But you can get through this. You might not think you can, but if you ever push through one of these, you'll realize it's not that hard. So I'm gonna get off here and load that silver up, because I am ready for this. I'm gonna make this happen. Again, if you're ever gonna buy shards, get ready. In the next couple of days, they're gonna start throwing really good shard packs at you with ancient shards in them. Even the other shards might come in handy if, I admit, if I'm close to getting some extra fragments, I'll pull my yellow shards. I pulled a yellow shard just to make the intro to this video. If I'll do that, then I'll pull one to get me another legendary. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you enjoy